So I'm back for day two, my day two anyway, of the Street Rod Nationals here in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm just going to kind of meander around here and show you some of my favorites just as I come upon them right here. Love this little 1940 Ford pickup. The red on this thing is just perfect. Wide white walls. Even the steelies are painted white with just a little red right there on the outer lip. Perfect pinstriping on this very period correct and a killer white interior. I love the body style of these trucks, and you just don't have to do a whole lot to them to make them look great. In contrast though, check out this rig. Totally independent, I'd say kind of an Indy style front suspension right there. Very radical on the chassis. Excelsior tires and salt flat specials looks like right there. Gorgeous little truck. Lots of details on this one. Love it.
Hey Mark, what's that ceramic coating that what's his face uses? Do you remember the name of it?
I'd say this is a nice trio right here in general in this clip. Right here is a 1963 Chevrolet Bel Air. It is slammed on the ground. I'd say a very good representation. These three vehicles right here in a row of the type of the caliber of vehicles that are here at this show. This is absolutely one of my favorite things that I've seen this weekend, probably in my personal top 5. This is a 1936 Austin 7, just a tiny little car, and I was a bit surprised to see a Chevy 153 4-cylinder under the hood. It's got what looks like a Clifford header, Clifford Performance header on it, and the intake is an Offenhauser. However, it looks like it has been chopped down from a 230 or 250 Chevy intake manifold. And I would say that that is a 390 CFM Holly. Very, very cool little car, done in kind of a tangerine orange. It's got just a little bit of maybe pearl in it right there. Small 7 on the license plate. Again, a tiny, tiny little car. You better like who you're riding with in this one. Lots of polished aluminum, some engine turning on the dash and the glove box door right there, and looks like a laminated wood floor right there for an interesting look. This could be a Mercruiser boat engine. Looks like it has a Mercruiser valve cover on it right there and side cover on the engine. So it very well could be a Mercruiser. But as you know, if you've watched the channel for very long, those Mercruiser engines were based on the Chevy 153. Only 90 horsepower original. I imagine this one has quite a bit more than that. Just an awesome little car. It's always good to see this gnarly little beast. This is Rich Linder's 1934 Ford 5-window coupe, heavily chopped. If you'd like to see more of it, I've got a video I done a while back entitled Old School Hot Rods. And this car is actually on the thumbnail. Y'all, this is my kind of truck right here. Just a budget beater. I like that grill guard. Families that pray together, stay together. Amen. Perfect patina on this truck. I bet this is a pretty budget friendly build right here. Y'all know who belongs to this C10 right here?
Yeah, it'd be me.
That's you?
Yep.
What's your name, sir?
Bruce Taylor.
Come over here and tell us a little bit about it.
All right. Well, 1964 C10.
First of all, tell us where you're from.
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. So you're a local boy.
I am.
Okay.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about this thing.
Well, I saw it at a car show 2014, and I knew I had to have it. So I sold my 69 Chevelle, went and bought it, and I put a lot of miles on it with my father-in-law.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Perfect patina on this thing. Man, that looks like maybe even the original paint on it.
It's absolutely the original paint.
Is it really?
Yep. Got the dealer decals on the cow there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And so you've lowered it here substantially. Tell us about that.
Well, it's sitting on bags. It's got a airlift controller, kind of vintage one now.
Now, is it C-notched in the back?
It is not.
It's not C-notched?
No, sir.
So you're pretty low back here in the back.
Yep. About as low as you can go without a C-notch.
And what kind of wheels you got on it right here?
I got some 15x8 Steely and 15x5.5 in the front.
Okay.
All original stuff.
Pretty basic looking as far as the build goes.
Yeah.
Let's take a peek on the inside right here. Again, pretty basic looking, with the exception of maybe the seat right there.
Yeah. Yep, other than the seat.
It looks pretty comfy. What kind is that?
That's a Snowden seat.
A Snowden seat.
Yes,
got
sir.
you a rack up here on the top.
Yep. I always knew I needed some.
So that you can haul a little something more. Now here's something you don't see every day. This is a little Volkswagen Rabbit pickup. And it's a long wheelbase. I'm pretty certain it's a diesel as well, so I bet you get some really good fuel efficiency with this little truck. And something that's kind of out of the ordinary to drive around. When I saw this little roadster, I had to come over and take a look at it. For sale, real, quote, hot rod. And it does look like it was built way back in the day, judging from that rolling pleated padded dash and that instrument panel. Very old build right here. But if you're so inclined, it is for sale. Got some very aged paint on it, but I dig it. Man, I'm digging this little truck right here. And I like that it's got some battle scars to it right there. You can see a little brazing work right there somebody's done on the grill. Holy bones, Hack Shack. Cream colored dash. I like the orange steelies on it. A lot of fabrication work on this, like these little sideboards right here. And you know, it's just done in kind of a bare metal finish right here. I'm not sure if they've put something on it to protect it, but it's a neat little truck. I saw him rolling in here a while ago, and it just looks like a whole lot of fun. Looks like a 250 6-cylinder there. 3/4 miles. Perhaps a Corvair steering box right there. Late Ford axle and wishbones. Looks like 46 to 48 Ford wishbones on it right there. Very basic, but a whole lot of fun, looks like. I'd say this little 32 Ford 5 window is just about as close to perfectly stanced as you can get, and a very period correct vintage small block in there, right down to the generator and ram's horns, exhaust manifolds on it. Very late 50s, early 60s period correct look to this car. Not sure when it was built, but it is very late 50s, like I said, very early 60s. And indeed, check out the license plate, 1959. 39 Ford tail lights on it right there, although they look like they could be LEDs. But you know, so far as the stance and the look of the car, it is very late 50s period correct. If you're old enough to remember, back in the early 2000s, if you stayed up late on the weekends, you were apt to see a Girls Gone Wild video. If you remember those, I think Louisville, Kentucky could do a Gassers Gone Wild video or commercial. I've seen more Gassers here at this show this year than I've ever seen at any show before, or any place, with the exception of the drag strip. And this is just another great example. For those of you who do not know, Chevrolet was not the only manufacturer of a Suburban. This is a 1953 Plymouth Suburban. Man, I just love these old Willys station wagons. Shout out to the Broke Bunch, Franklin, Indiana Car Club. I can relate to that name. You just gotta love a laid out Cadillac. And this one is pretty sweet. Check out the panel work on that roof. Apparently it's named Big Velvet. Kind of reminds me of a Velvet Elvis painting. I love it. Very cool little ragtop Volkswagen right here. Yet another gasser I found here this weekend at the NSRA Street Rod Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. A lot of racing heritage on display here this weekend. And these little Anglias are world renowned for their racing provenance, I guess you could say, or their racing heritage. Not a whole lot of them here in the United States. These were a British Ford, and some of them made it into the United States. But of the few that made it into the United States, most of them got used up as race cars. Very few of them around that are not street rodded and or hot rodded. They were known to be very quick, and that's because they're so small and you could wedge a whole lot of motor in there. In fact, I think this green one down here on the end has a big block in it. Tiny little package, great big motor. The original hot rod formula. Here is one of the more unusual vehicles here on display this weekend. This is a 1939 Studebaker Coupe Express. Approximately 1,200 produced. Base price $695. And I'd say that would have been money well spent. I dare say that this is the only one I'm going to see this weekend. Beautiful. Here is a pretty rare car. This is a 1958 Cadillac Eldorado Seville. And I would dare say that was some extra large pimping in 1958. What a gorgeous car. Only 840 of these were produced. Let me tell you, this thing is a land yacht. A lot of people don't realize that most of these cars, when the gas crunch hit, a lot of these cars were crushed. A lot of steel in these cars, and you know, most of them just got scrapped. But what a beautiful survivor. Over here we've got a couple of very unusual cars. This is a 1936 Bantam convertible. And over here we have another Bantam. This one is flathead Ford powered. Looks like a V8 60, which was the tiniest little V8 that Ford produced. I think that could apply to most car guys. Gassers, and more gassers here this weekend. I think all the gassers are here. Love this Willys. It is absolutely a stunner. Beautiful paintwork on this car, and check out the graphics right there on it. Just awesome. Here is one bad ride right here. Check out this box truck. You sure could haul a lot of stuff in there. Great way to advertise your business if you're McCarthy's Auto in, what's that, Linden, Kentucky. a rolling billboard everywhere you go. At first I thought this was a wrap, but upon closer inspection right there, it looks like it's all hand painted. So whoever done this is quite the artisan. Killer work. Here is a great little C10 pickup. Just kind of real subtle, lowered nicely, LS powered, just super clean. And it looks like it's got the original bedwood back here in the back. And check out that Survivor patina. I do believe this is the original paint on this truck. I would absolutely drive this every day. Love this little truck. Step side too, so it is absolutely awesome. Love that color. I've always loved that color on these pickups. If y'all have watched the channel for very long, you know I've said it before. S10, the little square S10s right here, they are getting very popular, and people are really starting to pay attention to these trucks. It's almost just a baby C10, so people are really starting to show them a lot of love. And this one even is a long bed right there. Really nice clean little truck. And check out what's lurking under the hood right there. Talk about a sleeper. Wow. Talk about an attention getter. What a way to advertise your pizza company. This is a great pizza delivery vehicle. Derby City Pizza Company. Looks like about a 1969 Mercury Montego. I used to work with a guy that had a 69 Mercury Montego. It was his pride and joy show car. He would probably cringe just a little bit at this, but I think it is gnarly. Tons of Bel Airs and Impalas here this weekend. Like the color combo on this. If you're a UT Vols fan, this would be right up your alley. Bologna and onions, motorcycle salvage and diner, all under one roof. Y'all, I have looked all over the place for this little roadster pickup right here. I saw it rolling in this morning, and I have walked my dogs off looking for this thing. I wanted to get a closer look at it, but with a show of over 8,000 rides here, you can see something roll by and never see it again the whole weekend. But I finally found it, and I wanted to show it to you. All handmade. Appears to be aluminum. Could be stainless steel, I guess, but it looks like aluminum. All louvered up, and just tons of handmade parts on it, like those hinges. Lots of details, like that stake hole cover. It's got a custom little trunk back here in the back. Quarter elliptic springs on the rear suspension right there. All hand formed aluminum body, it appears. Again, with the handmade hinges and TIG welded together. All the inside panels as well. Looks like to be aluminum. Some engine turning on the door inserts and on the instrument gauge cluster right there. Cowl steering, again, appears to be all handmade, machined parts. It's got a Ford 2300, looks like, up here for power, and the rear has quarter elliptic shocks, but the front has a funky cantilevered inboard coilover shock suspension. Lots of engineering has gone into this thing. It is for sale. $40,000 right there is the phone number if you're so inclined, and I would dare say there's more than $40,000 worth of labor that has gone into this thing. Just an incredible work of art. Here is another very 50s inspired 32 Ford small block Chevy, powered with 3 deuces on it. It's got the wide white walls with chrome reverse wheels and black. It's got the classic black and red hot rod colors right here. Cheater slicks on the back. Like I said, very heavily mid to late 50s inspired build right here, with a concession to modern functionality. It's got disc brakes up here on the front. Hands down, I think this is my favorite 32 Ford on the place this weekend. It has the best flame job I've seen on a hot rod in many years. Tons of details, like that Virginia Kid grill emblem right there. Whoever did the flames on this car did an exceptional job. The Virginia Kid right there on the door, a throwback to the California Kid. It's done in kind of a root beer brown, and the interior is done in just a little lighter brown leather. On the steering wheel there, check out the horn button. Camel toe racing. I love it. What a classic hot rod. And indeed, right there on the license plate, just a simple hot rod. I'm fairly certain I have found my favorite Model A on the place here today. This is a 2-door sedan. It looks like a 28 or 29. It's got a banjo steering wheel in there. Very simple on the interior, but you know, less is more sometimes. Love the color on this. Done up in kind of a pewter color. Small block Chevy up front here with 3 deuces on it. Just a very tasteful, understated build. I'd say this is one of those cars you just have to see to appreciate. Here is a 59 Buick Invicta. And you know, some cars you just don't have to do a whole lot to make them look cool. This one basically has just been lowered, probably on airbags. It's got some big inch artillery wheels on it. And other than that, it's basically a stock car, but it gives it that gangster look, if you will. One thing about these cars, I always thought that they just looked sinister with those angular headlights. I like the amber bulbs in there too. It is 1932 Ford Overload here at the Street Rod Nationals this year. If you want to see 32 Fords, there are tons of them here on display, and some very tasty ones at that. Love this one. This is a rumble seat 3-window coupe, done in a very tasteful kind of root beer brown metallic. This would definitely be in my top 5 32 Fords here this weekend. Here is yet another gasser here this weekend. This one is about a 1960-ish Rambler. Again, more gassers here this weekend than I've seen in a long time. Even at the racetrack, I think there's more gassers here this weekend than there is in Georgia at the Southeast Gassers drag race. Here is the old donkey hauler. I've seen this rig around for years. It's an old Ford cab over. Like the graphics on there. It's only one of just a handful of flatbeds here this weekend. You know, the flatbeds used to be a pretty popular format for street rodding, but don't seem to be too many of them around nowadays. This one gives a new meaning to the phrase hauling ass. Pardon the French. This one's hauling jackass. Cool old rig, just gotta love it.
All right, guys, who wants to do this again next year? You want to see if I can do it next year? I'll try to work it out for
you. I saw this little Chevy pickup driving by and I had to track this thing down. This may be my favorite advanced design pickup here this weekend. What a fabulous color. Billet Specialties steering wheel right there. LS Fab on the dash parts right there. Basic clean interior. Love the seats in this. Got the little diamond tuck pattern there in the door panels. Beautiful bedwood. And they've taken a couple of extra fenders right there and made wheel tubs for the bed. Just a gorgeous little Chevy 3100. Bonus points for it being a 5-window too. Check out this C50. Apparently 427 powered. Black on black, very modern seat in there. It's very comfortable. Killer little tow rig.
No control.
Man, what a welding rig here. Diesel powered. Accutac, fabrication and welding. Absolutely love this. And apparently there is a little bit of their handiwork right there on the frame where they've stretched it. Got their welding rig back here on the back and a barbecue grill. Check out the handle. I really dig this thing. Here is one of my favorite rigs here this weekend. This is a 1968 International, and it's a crew cab. Rolo's Hot Rod Garage since 1968. This is the second Studebaker Coupe Express I've seen here at the show today. I don't think I've ever seen more than one in one spot. This is a 1937. It is absolutely a stunner with a Hellcat engine under the hood for power. I bet this thing is a rocket ship. Beautiful molded bed in there with a lift up bed floor, so you can see the handiwork on the suspension, and a gorgeous interior as well. Incredible color on this little early 70s Buick Opal. Don't see too many of these around. Always love the flip up headlights on these. Let's check out some specs on it. It's a 71 Opal GT. It's got a 2.0 Ford Z-Tech engine in it, with a Gen V 45mm throttle bodies and a Subaru 6-speed. I bet this thing is a hoot to drive.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching. That's it for my coverage of the 2025 NSRA Street Rod Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel for upcoming coverage of the Frog Follies, the Triple Crown of Rodding, and the Redneck Rumble. Till next time, y'all get out there and build something.